Everyone, currently at a conference here in South Beach, an investor conference, but I want to give you a name I'm currently looking at, but take a minute to say Happy Veterans Day, a celebration of the vets out there for their patriotism, their sacrifice, their willingness to serve for the greatest country in the world right here in the US of A. And one name I'm looking at, and we saw some call buying in it Thursday afternoon. I don't know if you could see the stock took a big drop there from about 23.5 down to about 20.5. It's ASTS. It's a rocket stock, so to speak, that had a big bull run. Look at last earnings, had a massive move, but it started to come down a little bit. As you know, I'm very bullish on space, and Trump actually made a space force, so that's pretty cool as we race for space out there. And I'm very bullish on SpaceX. RKLB, that one's taking off into space, so to speak. But also ASTS has earnings this week. I believe they're Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. And we saw the November 24 calls, the 23 or 24. I bought some of the November 22 calls. They're up. Obviously, the stock's up around 8-9% at the moment. So they're up, but that's a name that might see a short squeeze. What we call these names that have big run-ups, came down, lots of shorts, high short interest that could possibly squeeze again on good earnings. So one to consider later in the week, I should say, maybe be a little bit proactive on that one as well. I know we have Shopify earnings this week. That stock's up about 4.5%. We saw, I think it was around 600,000 of calls late Friday on that one. But again, some of these calls, especially in Shopify, are up about 42% already. So I would say maybe wait for a pullback, but you might not get one. The implied move is looking to be around $12 with the stock currently just shy of 91. So it's a pretty large implied move. I will say I didn't notice, I was trading at the conference, a couple things this morning. One, silver and gold. Those shorts I gave you all from the other week. I said with the election, the market was pretty certain Trump was going to win, and there's no need for a flight to safety, which is gold and silver. And both gold and silver, gold is down 2.5%, silver is down just that same amount. So those SLV puts are really, I think we're up around 178% from the free trade I posted on Telegram. And then also, you did have a little bit of a sell-off here. I noticed right off the open, especially in your mega cap tech, your Apples, your Microsoft, your Facebook. So some of that trade might get a little overcrowded. Maybe we see a pullback, or maybe, I don't even say a pullback, just maybe even some sideways trading in some of the tech. And then Tesla's rocketing up again, up $25. I mean, the implied vol has become so expensive, and we had a great trade, right? Took profits Friday. Obviously, if you held on to some of those calls today, you really love it. But I will say, and I hate to give a warning, but I just want to be transparent and honest, the options are starting to become very pricey because implied vol is up so much, especially with all the news you've had with Musk, Trump, and the election recently. So I'm hoping, and this is hoping and dreaming are not winning strategies, but just from a dollar perspective, I'm hoping we get a pullback in Tesla. I would love maybe some analysts, some short sellers come out and try to get the stock down, maybe around 300 or so, and that will only fuel the fire for the next short squeeze to the upside. But it is getting just a little outrageous in the implied vol. That means the price of the options, the calls, and the puts. And to give you an example, the implied move in Tesla this week is right around $25. So that's 370-ish on the stock to the upside, and that would be about 320 to the downside. That's about a 7% move. That's crazy. And you're having the weekly options, like the weekly 350 calls that are $5 out the money. They're $13.50. That's not too friendly. So we'll we'll monitor everything, but obviously, hopefully, when we want cheap options, they offer the best risk versus reward. But hopefully, we could get some sideways trading or maybe even a little downturn. So just be prepared. If you're trading, let's say Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe take those days off or scale down. Don't get too frisky, so to speak. I'll be back probably Tuesday afternoon. I'll be back on my home computer out there. So if you don't hear too much from me, again, at a conference, but just wanted to take a moment out there out of my day to give you guys and girls a video here.